advice would you share with potential investors in the industry that maybe you wished you knew when you were first getting into the business?
Um, and yeah, that's a tough one. So, and we just discussed this, like sometimes jumping in blind has its benefits. So
Mhm,
I
mhm,
wouldn't really change it anyway for me.
mhm,
But I would say for new owners, you need to understand the difference between a good and a bad location, and if a location did go bad, why? If there's a store, a dark store or something, why did it go bad? So you need to learn those things, and that's not always easy to learn that.
mhm,
So you need to surround yourself with like-minded people, and maybe join groups like the CLA and stuff like that to kind of
mhm.
inject yourself into areas where people are going to be talking about that.
Right.
Um, so you need to do your homework. You need to know what a retool costs. You really need to learn what goes into a profit and loss statement. And
Mm.
I see
Yeah.
this so many times where there's somebody selling a business, could be any kind of business, and you look at this profit and loss, and I'm going, this is not the full picture here. We're missing so many things.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
for whatever reason, with laundromat specifically, the seller likes to leave payroll off of there, especially if it's an unattended store. And
mhm.
it's like, well, who's cleaning the store? Why? Maybe it's them or it's somebody else. I don't know what the story is, but the payroll's
Yeah.
never there because they're just like, well, you can clean it yourself every day. It's like, well, no, man, I got other stuff I'm doing. Like, I can't be here every night, or every morning to open and close the store and clean it. So,
Right.
um, you really need to know what goes in that profit loss and make sure that everything is there that should be there.
Mhm.
um, and there's a lot of people and there's a lot of resources out there where there's groups that are talking about that and can kind of help you with that thing. So um, you should learn how to project revenue, like realistic revenue based off of industry research that's known. And the CLA does this research and they come out with these things that tell you that, you know, I think I wrote it down like 30% of renters use laundromats, 50% of renters will use laundromats. So it's a 30% of renters, 50% of households under $25,000 a year will use laundromats, so kind of knowing
Mhm.
that and then knowing what the average person might spend, you can project revenue. So, and you can run a spreadsheet and run demographics and actually, project what revenue would be shared by all the laundromats in that area,
Mhm.
in that trade area, but you can get a good picture
Mhm.
um, of what it's going to look like. So there's so many things in this industry that I didn't know when I first got into it. All these little
Mhm.
things that really, once you start knowing these things and getting your head wrapped around it, it makes it a little easier. So
Right. Do your homework, right?
do your homework.
Yeah.